Spring Valley residents calling on local leaders for help after they say dozens of homeless people have turned their park into a campground.
Man and woman in cuffs after police say they stole a car and went on a cross-county crime spree.
And for the second day in a row, a big traffic jam heading into Coronado. The scare this morning that shut down the Naval Base main gate. 10 News Midday starts now.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Another big traffic backup at Naval Base Coronado this morning. Today, though, it was prompted by a suspicious package. I'm Jim Pat.
I'm Virginia Chana. Yesterday, it was increased security that was causing delays like this. 10 News reporter Matt Boone is there with details on the scare today. Matt?
Virginia, still heightened security out here today, but right now most of that backup has decreased, at least for the vehicle traffic, but still a busy day out here for these commercial trucks trying to get onto the base. You can see these are already still lining up all the way down 3rd Avenue, and actually this whole block was closed off about 2 hours ago when we were out here. Now naval authorities say that one of these commercial trucks was trying to get onto the base around 8:30 inside. They were inspecting it and they saw a box that had a wire coming out of it that was suspicious enough to order a secondary search of that vehicle and of the box. During that time, they shut down the whole gate out here to both commercial and normal vehicle traffic. That obviously caused a backup all the way through Coronado. However, after they finished examining that box with a wire coming out of it, they determined that it was innocuous, that it did not pose any threat to anyone on the base. That gate was opened up about 30 minutes after that initial closure. Still, though, all of this due to that heightened security because of global tensions regarding Iran that's been going on for the past few days here now. But right now that backup, at least for regular vehicle traffic, has resumed. Commercial vehicles, though, still stuck on one lane going into the base here on 3rd Street on Coronado. Reporting live in Coronado, Matt Boone, 10 News.
All right, thank you, Matt. Well, the signs say camping is prohibited, but it's happening anyway. Some neighbors in Spring Valley say their local park has turned into a tent city for the homeless. 10 News anchor Derek Stahl took their concerns to county leaders today. Derek, those leaders are saying there's no easy fix here.
Yeah, Virginia, and it got even more complicated after a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision. This is Lamar County Park, and behind me, just outside the park gates, you can see there are about 24 homeless tents set up along Bancroft Drive.
The residents look out their window, and this is what they see.
Neighbors say the homeless population has exploded here over the last few months, raising concerns about substance abuse and sanitation. The county has posted signs saying it's going to clear the park next Monday for cleaning, but residents say the county has tried this before and it hasn't worked. The tents simply pop back up within hours. Last month, the U.S. Supreme Court backed a lower court ruling that protects homeless people's rights to sleep on the sidewalk or public parks if there is no other shelter available. And with a shortage of beds in San Diego County, local officials say their hands are tied, and neighbors say they're afraid to come here.
Our heart goes out to the homeless people, but when there's drugs going on, people finding needles, the dogs are running loose, and you can't even bring your kids over there to enjoy the park.
With so many people clustered together, local nonprofits know Lamar Park is a hotspot where they can help.
Chicken rice and like pepper.
We watched a volunteer with Joseph Storehouse drop off food.
It's not something that only happens to people on drugs or alcohol. Anybody is just one medical emergency or 2 paychecks away from being in the same position.
And Supervisor Diane Jacobs sent us this statement, quote, "I'm very concerned about the homeless camps in the Lamar Park area, and I'm working with the Sheriff's Department and other county agencies to address them. There have been previous cleanups at the park, but short-term efforts are not enough." She went on to say that the county has recently launched a pilot outreach program to connect homeless people with services and possible housing, and she says the county is now working on a long-term solution. In Spring Valley, I'm Derek Stahl, 10 News.
Derek, thank you so much. Couple under arrest for allegedly stealing a car and then using it as a getaway car during 2 armed robberies. Police say it started in El Cajon, where the 2 carjacked someone and 6 minutes later robbed the 7-Eleven on San Carlos Drive. Shortly after that, another 7-Eleven was hit in Spring Valley, and then police say Couple attempted to rob the 7-Eleven on North Euclid in National City. We spoke to the clerk there who noticed that something was strange.
And the kid walk in, his face is covered. As he walk in, he's trying to pull something out of his backpack. And that's what scares me. It looks like I saw something sticking out. I wasn't sure.
Clerk called police and the suspects took off, eventually crashing the stolen car in a family's fence on East 7th Street in National City. Driver stayed at the scene while the passenger took off running, but officers caught him and took him into custody as well.
The Highway Patrol is investigating after a person was hit and killed while walking on the 163 right by Balboa Avenue. Happened just after 3 this morning. Officers have not said what the person was doing on the freeway. The driver did remain at the scene. The car, though, had to be towed away.
New today, the victim of a horrific hit-and-run crash pushing to make city streets safer. You see there the impact just about to take place. 10 News reporter Marie Cornell joins us live in South Park, where a news conference, we understand, Marie, just wrapped up there.
Yeah, Jim, so this news conference was held right behind me, which is where Vicky was crossing when she was hit. Since then, 2 stop signs have been put up, but today she's pushing for more changes to make everyone safer.
It's been really difficult. I mean, not being able to walk for 7 weeks and then having to be able to learn to walk again, dealing with the side effects of the concussion and getting my brain sort of working right.
Vicky Granowitz is still recovering, but she's hoping by sharing this graphic video showing what happened to her a year ago will push the city to do more to protect those on the streets. In this surveillance video, you can see Vicky stop at the crosswalk at Grape and Fern. But before she can make it across, a car hits her. We've paused the video right here because the impact is hard to watch. Here, you see Vicky on the ground and people rush in to help. In this case, the driver was found, she pled guilty, and her license was suspended. But for Vicky, this isn't just about getting justice. It's about grabbing the city's attention. That's why she's teamed up with Circulate San Diego, holding this news conference, hoping her story will give them motivation to do more under Vision Zero, Mayor Faulkner's initiative to make the streets and sidewalks safer for everyone, dropping the number of traffic-related fatalities and severe injuries to zero by the year 2025.
Everything competes with every other problem that comes up in this city, so it is important to keep pressure on the mayor's office and on our electeds to try to make this and keep it a priority.
So we reached out to the mayor's office regarding this initiative, and they sent a statement saying the office has already made an investment towards this project this year, allocating $13 million to it for things like new sidewalks, new medians, and traffic signals. Live from South Park, Marie Cornell, 10 News.
Thank you, Marie. Dozens of people killed in Tehran during a funeral procession for Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. That happened as Iranian leaders ramp up the rhetoric calling for retaliation. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi has the latest.
This morning, a deadly stampede erupting during the funeral procession for Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in his hometown of Kerman. Iranian state television claiming that at least 40 people were crushed to death after hundreds of thousands gathered to pay their respects. The crowd demanding retribution against the U.S.
Trump made a big mistake. He killed our hero.
This morning, National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien on Fox News stated the Trump administration had information that Soleimani was conspiring to attack U.S. soldiers and diplomats.
Soleimani and those he was plotting with were looking to kill American diplomats and soldiers in significant numbers in the coming days.
O'Brien also calling it ironic that Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, who called the U.S. attack that killed Soleimani state terrorism, wanted to attend Thursday's UN Security Council meeting in New York. Zarif was denied a visa to enter the U.S. In a State Department briefing, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo scoffed at Zarif's claim that Soleimani was conducting a peace mission in Iraq at the time of his death. But Iraq's prime minister also stated he had a diplomatic meeting scheduled with Soleimani the day he was killed regarding Iraq and regional peace.
We know that wasn't true. Zarif is a propagandist of the First Order.
Zarif telling ABC's Martha Raddatz the U.S. took an action of war against Iran, but the Islamic Republic will not target civilians.
Our action will not be disproportionate, like the United States.
And today, top Trump administration officials will brief the Gang of Eight, a group of congressional leaders briefed on classified intelligence matters on the airstrike that killed Soleimani. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, Washington.